unanswered questions from Silo Season 1. Where is the silo located? What does she know that scares Bernard? And where is Juliet going to go? All right, let's dig in. Let's see what we can find. Okay, so where are the silos? This is a good question. So the things that we know that we can extrapolate from is the stars in the sky were most likely, well, let's start at the beginning. When we look out of the silo through the camera, we see reality. So the lights in the sky are actually the stars in the sky. So we know because the W-shaped constellation is in fact Cassiopeia, however you want to say it. So we know we're in the northern hemisphere. It is likely that because of the way everybody speaks in the silo that we are in America. Extrapolating from that, I think the relics are the things that people brought into the silo when the silo was created. And then after the uprising on Freedom Day, 140 years ago, that's when the relics became illegal. And one of the relics was the Children's Guide to Georgia. And I think the silos are in Georgia. And that when Juliet goes out and we see the city in the distance, I think that's Atlanta. What do you think? They could be in the desert Southwest. If America was going to build such silos to protect as many humans as possible. But I don't think it's an accident that the Kid's Guide to Georgia was the book that was found. So that's where I think it is. Where do you think it is? And if you've read the books and there's something in there that tells us where they are, let us all have our fun with the series. This is all just entertainment, right? So another thing is, what is it that Bernard says she knows, and then Sims doesn't know what he means, that makes Bernard leave and use his key fob to open the door? Because Bernard was the head of IT, he's now the mayor, the acting mayor. I think that's the key to the quote-unquote server room. I think the server room is vast. And we sort of saw that in the reflection in his glasses when he turned on the lights. So now where I differ in my opinion to a lot of people that are talking about this show, I think it's a timing coincidence that when Bernard opens the server room, Juliet's visor runs out of video and she sees reality outside. I don't think he turned it off. I don't think he cares at that point what she's seeing. He has something else to do. Stay with me. I think, so here's what we know, and what we've been shown and what I've thought about. We see when the sheriff's wife goes out, the first person we see go out, we see her getting taped in. And we also see it when the sheriff, Holston, goes out. He's getting taped in. And the tape is terrible. It doesn't look like tape. It just sort of looks like ribbon. And I think that's by design, that the suits don't protect you at all, and there is no air in the tank. So when you go outside and you're breathing, the suit is just letting the atmosphere in, and it takes, approximately 3 minutes for you to die from breathing the air. So people go out, they have enough time to see the video that's being played, have the revelation that they have to clean so everybody can see it. They clean, and they die. So what we don't know is why people aren't allowed to come back in. Maybe we'll learn more. So I think Bernard, when Juliet gets to where the sheriff Holston and his wife are laying, and she takes out the badge and gives it back to him, she can see that she's purging, or she's breaching the augmented reality. So she knows that it's all fake. Right? She knows that. So most people, Holston's wife, Holston, and this sheriff all thought the screen in the cafeteria was fake, and that when they went outside, they actually saw reality. She now knows, Juliette Nichols now knows that the display is correct. Her visor was a lie, and these people really are dead. She knows. Now, I think Bernard ran to the server room because he is one of a few, or maybe the only person that knows how to communicate to the other silos. And I think he went to warn the silos that are nearest that we have somebody outside with air that knows, and warn them that maybe she's coming. That's what I think. I think Bernard is more nefarious than even we thought during this season. I think the tunnel connects to other silos, but it was forgotten that it was there after the uprising. Which leads us to the third question: where is Juliet going to go? So now I really do hope that season 2 does in fact star Rebecca Ferguson as Juliette Nichols. I hope she doesn't die out in the wasteland. It could happen, but what I'm hoping is that she gets to another silo and is able to access their airlock and get in. Now, there's two possibilities. When I was looking at the field of silos, I did notice that some of them looked like they had the openings that, like Juliet used to walk out, and some of them didn't. And I think the ones that show that they don't have the opening for the airlock anymore are because, for whatever reason, those silos are dead. And so Juliet could go to a silo where there are other humans, and maybe we find out that only the silo we were in doesn't know, or whatever. She could be seen as a savior, something. Or maybe she goes to one where they're dead and she's able to maybe access older files to learn what they're not allowed to know in our silo. And I do think our silo is silo 18. I think Bernard's key fob and the hard drive being labeled 18, that gives me enough to say that we're in silo 18 of who knows how many. I think there's 44 visible in that shot at the end, which might suggest that there's at least 50. So if there's 10,000 people per silo, it'd be 50,000 people left in mankind. So what do you think? Where do you think Juliet's going to go? What do you think Bernard meant when he said she knows? I think he was just shocked that somebody finally figured it out correctly. He's so used to being one step ahead of everybody that he's shocked that Juliet is that smart. And that's also why, by the way, he was so mad that she stole the tape, because the tape's a dead giveaway. The tape being terrible is what kills people. So he can't have that out floating around. And, I've made a living as a network administrator for almost 30 years. I don't know what heat tape is when it comes to servers. So what do you think? What other questions do you have from season 1? Let me know in the comments. If you think I'm wrong, if you think something different, or if there's another question you would like me to address. So that's some unanswered questions from Silo Season 1. Looking forward to Silo Season 2. And I'm Sean. This is Sean's Take. Hey, if you like these, give them a thumbs up. If you really like them, think about subscribing and hitting that notification button so you know when we publish new content. But for now, that's it for me. I'm Sean. This is Sean's Take. The more you know. See you next time.